Well, thanks for coming, everyone. We appreciate it. And go ahead. I'll let him speak for one.
Just when fans thought Bear and Raven Brown had finally found peace after Alaskan Bush People ended, everything fell apart. What really caused their sudden breakup, and why it happened right after the camera stopped rolling, will shock you. In a turn of events that has left Alaskan Bush People fans stunned, Bear Brown and Raven Adams have officially called it quits again. After years of ups and downs, reconciliations, and emotional Instagram posts, the couple's relationship has reached another heartbreaking end. But this time, it feels different. This breakup comes not only after the couple's tumultuous journey through fame and family, but also in the shadow of Alaskan Bush People's uncertain future following its apparent cancellation. So, what really went wrong between Bear and Raven, and why did their relationship collapse just as the cameras stopped rolling? A love story born in the wild. Bear Brown, known for his high-energy personality and adventurous spirit, was one of the most memorable members of Discovery Channel's Alaskan Bush People. His wild enthusiasm and self-proclaimed king of extreme persona made him a fan favorite. Raven Adams entered Bear's life in 2018 when the two met at Bear's brother Noah's wedding. Their chemistry was instant. Raven, a model and photographer with a quiet yet confident demeanor, seemed to balance out Bear's chaotic energy. Fans were charmed by the contrast, the wild man from the bush and the calm, grounded woman who stole his heart. Within months, their whirlwind romance went public. In 2019, they got engaged, and soon after, they announced that Raven was pregnant with their first child. For fans of the show, it seemed like a fairy tale ending, until cracks began to show. A relationship defined by breakups and makeups. Bear and Raven's relationship has been anything but smooth. Just weeks after their engagement, the couple split, citing stress and differences. But the breakup didn't last long. When Raven revealed she was expecting Bear's child, the two decided to try again, determined to make their relationship work for the sake of their growing family. Still, the road remained rocky. During Raven's pregnancy, the two spent significant time apart, and their social media posts hinted at tension behind the scenes. Bear was accused of being controlling, while Raven faced harsh criticism from some fans for her decision to move away from the wilderness lifestyle. Their son River was born in March 2020, but even his arrival didn't fix things right away. The couple went through custody battles, restraining orders, and multiple breakups before reconciling again in 2021. It was a relationship that fans watched unfold in real time, often through tearful Instagram posts and cryptic updates. And while many hoped the two would eventually find stability, others feared they were trapped in a toxic cycle. Marriage, parenthood, and the dream of a normal life. In January 2022, Bear and Raven finally tied the knot in an intimate ceremony in Washington state. At the time, both spoke publicly about wanting to focus on their family and build a better future together. "Raven has made me the happiest man alive," Bear said at the time. "We've been through so much, but love always finds a way." Their second child, Cove, was born in January 2023, a moment that seemed to bring the couple even closer. Social media was filled with photos of the new baby, and both Bear and Raven shared optimistic messages about healing, faith, and new beginnings. But even as things looked picture-perfect on the outside, trouble was brewing beneath the surface. The end of Alaskan Bush People and the strain of life after reality TV. When Alaskan Bush People quietly wrapped its final season, it marked the end of an era for the Brown family. The show had documented nearly a decade of their lives, from their bush homestead in Alaska to their move to Washington after the tragic death of family patriarch Billy Brown. For Bear, who had spent most of his adult life on television, the sudden lack of cameras created an emotional void. Friends close to the couple reportedly said that Bear struggled with the transition. Without filming schedules or production teams, he found himself lost. Bear's identity was so tied to the show, one insider claimed. When it ended, he didn't really know what to do next. It was like losing a part of himself. Raven, on the other hand, wanted to focus on stability and privacy. She had long spoken about the pressures of reality TV and the online scrutiny that came with being part of the Brown family. She wanted a quieter life for their kids, the source added, but Bear still craved adventure and attention. They just couldn't find common ground. Clues fans didn't miss. By mid-2024, fans began noticing subtle hints that all was not well between the couple. Raven stopped posting photos of Bear on social media, and Bear, who usually active and expressive online, began sharing cryptic messages about staying strong and moving forward. In August, Raven deleted several family photos and changed her bio to simply read, Mama of Two. Around the same time, Bear was spotted spending more time alone in the mountains, documenting his solo camping adventures. Then came the confirmation. Raven officially announced their separation in a heartfelt Instagram post, writing, "Sometimes love isn't enough to fix everything. We've tried so hard, but for the sake of peace and happiness, we're going our separate ways." Bear followed up with his own message, expressing heartbreak, but emphasizing that his children would remain his top priority. "I'll always love Raven. She gave me 2 amazing boys. But we've decided to go different directions. Family comes first, always." The real reason behind the split. While both parties have remained relatively respectful in public, insiders and close sources have shared more about what led to the final breakup. According to reports, differences in lifestyle, financial stress, and emotional exhaustion were at the heart of the separation. Raven allegedly grew tired of Bear's impulsive behavior and desire to continue living off-grid, while she longed for stability, structure, and a sense of normalcy for their children. Raven wanted to settle down, school, a community, routine. Bear wanted to live free, wild, and unpredictable, a family friend explained. They love each other deeply, but they were living 2 very different dreams. There were also rumors that Raven had been struggling with the constant public attention and online criticism. Every argument, every decision, from how she parented to where she lived, became a topic of fan speculation. She never signed up for fame in the same way Bear did, the source continued. For her, it became too much. Bear, meanwhile, reportedly felt frustrated that Raven wanted to step away from the public eye, fearing that distancing themselves from fans would cut off opportunities tied to the Brown family's legacy. Co-parenting and moving forward. Despite their separation, both Bear and Raven have pledged to co-parent peacefully. Raven currently resides in Texas with her children, while Bear continues to spend time between Alaska and Washington, where other members of the Brown family still live. Bear shared a photo of himself hiking, writing, "Every ending is just the start of something new. I'll always be there for my boys. That's my mission." Fans flooded the comments with messages of support, encouraging Bear to stay strong and praising Raven for prioritizing her children's well-being. While neither has confirmed whether a reconciliation could ever happen again, most observers believe this split may be permanent. The emotional toll, combined with the realities of raising 2 young children and rebuilding their lives post-TV fame, may simply be too heavy to overcome. The Brown family reacts. The breakup has undoubtedly affected the wider Brown family, who have always had complicated relationships with one another. Although the Browns have not issued an official statement, several family members have subtly shown support online. Rain Brown, Bear's younger sister, shared an Instagram story shortly after the breakup was announced, writing, "Family means love through it all. No matter what happens, we stand together." Fans interpreted this as a nod to Bear's struggles and the emotional challenges the family continues to face following the loss of patriarch Billy Brown in 2021. Billy's death left a void that deeply impacted every member of the family. Bear, in particular, had often spoken about how much he missed his father's guidance. Many fans believe that the grief, combined with the pressures of fame, only intensified the strain on his marriage. Life after the cameras. What's next for Bear and Raven? Now that Alaskan bush people appears to be over, both Bear and Raven are carving out new paths. Bear has hinted at possible outdoor survival projects and social media ventures, teasing that he might start his own YouTube channel focused on bushcraft and wilderness living. Meanwhile, Raven seems focused on family life and her photography business. She has shared glimpses of her life as a single mother, often emphasizing peace, healing, and gratitude. "Sometimes we have to let go of what we thought our life would be," she wrote in a recent post, "so we can make room for what's meant to come." Her words suggest a woman ready to move forward, away from chaos and toward calm. Heartbreak and understanding. Reactions from fans have been mixed, but mostly supportive. Many longtime viewers expressed sadness over the breakup, saying they had rooted for Bear and Raven since the beginning. "I really thought they'd make it this time. I just wanted them to finally be happy." Others praised Raven for prioritizing her well-being and her children. "She's been through a lot of criticism and judgment. It's brave of her to walk away and start fresh." The general consensus among fans is one of compassion, both for Bear, who has openly battled emotional struggles, and for Raven, who has fought to create a stable life for her kids. A bittersweet ending to a public love story. For years, Bear and Raven's relationship symbolized both the magic and the heartbreak of reality TV romance. Their story was raw, messy, and painfully human, filled with hope, love, mistakes, and second chances. Now, as they go their separate ways, their journey stands as a reminder of how difficult it can be to maintain real relationships under the relentless spotlight of fame. Whether Bear finds solace back in the wilderness or Raven continues building a peaceful life for her children, one thing is certain. Their story, with all its wild highs and heartbreaking lows, will forever be a part of Alaskan bush people. For fans who watch them fall in love on screen, their separation feels like the end of an era. But perhaps for Bear and Raven, it's not an ending at all, just a new beginning in two very different directions.